नमस्कार नमस्कार प्रदीप बाबू.
नमस्कार नमस्कार भाई. Now you are the host,
Okay,
Jayant भाई.
thank you.
Let me tell from the first when I took the charge on 29th May 2019 and just completed 1 year. First, I have visited Delhi, Bangalore, then Cochin, and Hyderabad regarding investment attraction for some of the companies, IT companies. Apart from that, I had attended one meeting by IESA, that's Electronic and Semiconductor Association in Bengaluru. Actually, in Odisha, we have allotted around 700 acres of land only for IT and electropreneurs. That is Electropreneur Park outside Bhubaneswar, around 20 kilometers away from Bhubaneswar. That is near Info Valley, Info City 2. So first, I inquired about the land price and in Odisha, IDCO is in association with other 2-3 companies, those who are distributing lands, some of the private companies. But what happens once companies come to Odisha, they want the things to be done within 1 month or 2 months. But previously, there was so much bureaucratic rigmarole that companies were disappointed because they had to apply in IT department, then in industry department, then go to EPICL, and so was hassles for getting the land. So we have decided to create a space of around 5 lakh square feet in Patia, that is in ACJ zone near TCS. If you know, that is Infocity 1. The construction work is going on, and apart from that, we have allocated around 200 acres of land only for um, electronics, that is Electropreneur Park. So I wanted to know those companies who are keen on expansion and who want to go for tier 2, tier 3 cities. So I have discussed with around 10-15 companies. But as we know, there is a global meltdown coming very soon, maybe for next 2-3 years, it may continue. So now the companies which are relocating from China to India or Vietnam, we must target those companies. But there is another challenge in Odisha. Those companies who are operating in Bengaluru, Hyderabad, or Pune, they are interested to expand their business to Odisha, Bhubaneswar. But in Bhubaneswar, they need frequent air connection, Delhi air connection to other cities. Only Bhubaneswar is connected to Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Delhi. So they want frequent air connection to Kochi, and also at least one international air connection like Dubai or maybe Singapore. Many companies, the vice presidents or CEO, they want that. And apart from those things, there is one more challenge. We need reverse brain drain. Since many ODI people, many ODI IT guys, they are working in Hyderabad, Pune, and Bengaluru. They want to come back to Odisha, but right now, since there is not ample opportunity for mid-career, because freshers they go to Pune, Hyderabad, Chennai, Bengaluru. After doing a job of 5 to 6 years, they want to come back to Odisha, but there is not enough mid-career opportunity in the companies which are in Bhubaneswar, specifically in IT sectors like Infosys, TCS, Mindtree, or Tech Mahindra. Now Mindtree is acquired by L&T Infotech. So those guys, they are interested to come back, but mid-career growth is not there since there is not ample projects available in Odisha. But now since TCS Bhubaneswar is complete, it's on its own, because previously TCS Bhubaneswar was directed by the authorities in TCS Kolkata. Now it's completely on its own since after one BP joined last January or February. They have pulled some projects, some offshore projects, I heard. So they will be expanding. Nearly about 1,000 employees will be hired by the end of 2021, they have said. So I need to know those people who are outside Odisha or outside India regarding startup companies, or in which field they want to expand, or they want to create their own business, even if it's not IT, even manufacturing or pharmaceutical. I have discussed with some ODIs in Mumbai. They are keen on setting up pharmaceutical business in Odisha, and now in the region around Dhenkanal and Dhamra, we have also allocated some lands regarding pharmaceutical and other allied companies.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for the information. Uh, so, and it's good to know that government is trying its best. One thing I want to tell that land allocation, only land allocation may not have a competitive advantage for Odisha, because the way you have done for the electronics companies, you have already play and plug in place for them to come and start their manufacturing or office from day one. So similarly, those commercial space, development of commercial space by private companies and allocate them to these IT companies, that may be required, so that they don't invest in their real estate. They just come and start their business from there. Second thing, there are some of the things I was looking at a business standard report published in last November, that our IT secretary is he was meeting some companies who have a exit China plan and they want to enter India, and this report wrongly state that that secretary has mentioned that we have rivers, we have coastline and ports. So those are the strengths that may not be right fit for IT, ITES and BPO companies, because they are not interested how many rivers and coastline or ports we have. They have nothing to do with them. They have nothing to understand about our minerals, deposits or capabilities. So managing that media, doing right kind of image and reputation management for Odisha as a destination, those kind of things are required. Third thing is we need an anchor brand, maybe TCS, Infosys or Tech Mahindra or somebody who actually, and we can have a better planning for that. So giving tax rebate for 5 years may not be the right kind of strategy right now. It may be required for 10 years. States or countries like Gabon in Africa, so they are offering 10 years tax rebate. So we need to be competitive. And in this lockdown, there are many governments, Singapore government or Japan government or even Spain. So they have done some aggressive marketing strategy to revive their tourism sector, revive their MSME sector. So we need to be agile in those fronts to do better marketing. And we, of course, we cannot expect the bureaucrats to do sales pitch. So, and as minister, you are leading from the front. You have come to Delhi, you have come to Bangalore, so that's a good thing. But now you may need to have a task force from industry people, generally from IT sector, ODIs working across the globe, because here I can tell some IT tech leaders from US and other parts of the world, they have joined. So you can take their help, and we need to have a business pitch. We need to have a sales pitch. So what are the strengths we are exhibiting that may not be a strength to attract those people? So what is their
Yeah,
needs?
yeah.
Doing need analysis and understanding their requirements, and then rolling out the red carpet. That will be the right kind of strategy. And then what are the future opportunities? What is the future strategy? Like we have localization of data. So companies like Amazon, they will have a huge data center here. They will have servers here. And this Zoom also, they will have servers in India for their India users. So those data capabilities and localization of data opportunities and other technology hubs like fintech hubs or edtech hub or edtech hub or health tech hubs. So those kind of policies, what Visakhapatnam is doing, what Tirupati is doing, and these municipal corporations, they need to promote the urban innovation. So how they will be doing that, how they will generate their revenue and finance those companies, that is required. And many people here, tech leaders, who can help you to have a long-term vision and short-term vision as well. And
Yeah, sure.
they are ready to come back to Odisha, but the policies need to be really aggressive. If you look at land acquisition policy of UP government and MP government, so even if the ordinance of UP government that may get president's nod or not, but it gives a very strong signal to the industry that yes, the government is interested to go any extent to accommodate industries. So those kind of aggressive policies and strategies need to be required. And I want to read out some questions. Vikram Kesari Giri, can you please unmute and speak? Raise your question, Vikram Giri.
Sure. Thank you, and good evening to all. Little background just for 30 seconds, maybe. Hailing from Odisha, Balasore, but last 35 years, I'm working outside. That is mostly between Chennai, Bangalore, and Mumbai. And currently, I'm heading the quality and automation and business excellence for American BPO analytics and IT firm. That is Entity Data, a Japanese firm basically, but we are 100% subsidiary of US. My question to the minister would be to see that what type of leverage that can be created when we talk about the professionals that we have, because we are basically front-ending the business for our companies. So when we talk about, one first question would be like, when we talk about a BPO or ITS sectors, the thousands of people, ODI people who work in Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Gurgaon, and Noida. And I think a lot of tier 2 cities also they're working. So is there any specific targeted companies or sectors that the government has planned? And that is my question number one. Second would be to see that how are you going to leverage the experience? There are a lot of professionals who are quite experienced in all these fields. Let's say like for me, I'm working in healthcare for last 10 years. So how is the plan? How are you going to leverage this experience and expertise of this ODI professional? That's my question, Minister.
See, regarding BPO sector, we are now targeting rural BPOs. Like there is one BPO company in Jaleswar. We first we are giving them opportunity to learn and develop their skill in BPO sector, and we have set up one BPO center, a BPO learning center in association with Tech Mahindra in Bhubaneswar. So many students are taking the course of 3 months. Then they are joining BPO centers outside Odisha. Actually, my interest was if someone set up BPO in cities like Barampur, Raurkela, and Jaipur, or Anugu. So there is a lot of SOPs there in government. It is given to BPOs. But since now Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh, they are very competitive in giving SOPs. Many companies, those who are interested to set up their business in Odisha, they just, escape in the last minute. So we have to again rephrase or we'll come up with new IT policy, and also we'll customize the policies according to the companies if big companies want to set up their business in Bhubaneswar. And apart from that, regarding emerging technologies, there are some companies, those who are interested to set up their product setup center. But since many students are not into emerging technologies, so first we wanted to train them from government side. So we established one center of excellence in CET in association with L&T Infotech.
Yeah, thank you. I just extend one more thing, Jayant, here to the minister. See, what happens, like I agree, Jaleshwar, basically, I know the company also, and that's promoted by one of my friends. And so basically, I think what, as you said rightly, what is required is to create the type of training infrastructure. For example, we need professionals in healthcare. We need people to understand certain concepts of healthcare. I think there's a huge demand. You may think about people working in Odisha and outside as well. But that type of infrastructure is required where we can say that our people are trained in certain areas. The BPO sector is quite wide open, and that same skill set could be also used in ITS sectors. Depending upon, I think, it can be leveraged in both the sectors,
yes.
both BPO and IT enabled companies or IT companies also. So that is something we need to focus. Like, for example, I'm saying healthcare again, because I'm not from healthcare, mechanical engineer, but again, I'm working for last 10 years in healthcare. So when we talk about that, there are specific skill set required, and which I think, as a government, I think Odisha, we can develop that type of framework where those type of hubs can be created, where those people can be created. And later on the demand is created, we have the skill, then automatically the companies like us, we should try to move out, because we have all working in Coimbatore also. My company works in Chennai, Bangalore, Noida, Gurgaon, all the sector locations, but we also work in tier 2 cities like Coimbatore. So Bhubaneswar, I think, should be a better option to really move to the tier 2 cities, and those companies can be set up when we can really prove that we have the right skill set available. And I think as ODIs, I do feel that we're quite intelligent people, and so this can be created, and that will open the gateway for entering into, states like Odisha, and particularly Bhubaneswar is the right place, or maybe it can be in other cities also, it can be created. One problem, as you have pointed out, Minister, is that air traffic and all that, that I think the opening that international and traffic and all that, I think government can take it up to establish.
Yeah, government is discussing that thing. Aviation Ministry.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Vikram. Thanks for your inputs. And I like what the Honorable Minister has said, that Ministry wants to customize its policies according to the needs of individual companies. That's a good thing to know. So now I would request Manmat Sahu from Singapore. Please unmute and raise your question.
Hi, good evening, everybody. This is Manmat here. Just to give a background, I work in Boston Consulting Group as a digital strategy consultant in Singapore. So in my personal capacity, actually, I've tried to understand how the entrepreneur or the startup ecosystem works in Bhubaneswar. And I actually spent quite a bit of time in March and April to speak to a few of the entrepreneurs and try to understand what are their capabilities. So I actually, the idea of doing that is to understand what are the talents that we already have in Odisha, and then how can we leverage them to show that to the other industries or the investments that we are attracting. So, based on my experience with working with a few of the outsourcing, CEOs, so majority of the things which I look at is governance and infrastructure and support. Along with that, talent is also key for them to get attracted and come to Bhubaneswar. Also, we understand the fact that we don't have mid-career people or resources within Bhubaneswar. But still, we have some of the people who actually, decided to start some startups there in Bhubaneswar, and then they want to, bring in so much of resources, being in from the industry or also being from the universities, colleges which are there. So I try to understand what are their capabilities. like what kind of startups we have in Bhubaneswar and how do they play across the industry value chain. Number two, what is their go-to-market and then product vision, and then what are the client base that they have. So once I look at the capabilities, yes, we have, I would say like, we don't have enough of capabilities that we can show to any of the bigger industries saying, okay, we play across the value chain. So that's number one challenge. Second, when we look at the client base, I think most of them actually have come from US or UK or anywhere other side of the India, and then they actually have the customers from this kind of countries. So predominantly they actually do the business with US customers or UK customer. At the same time, they also have a challenge, like there is not much of opportunities within Odisha from enterprise or from the SME sector. The reason is there is no grant from the government side which will attract or have a culture for them to go digital, so that this kind of companies will get the opportunity to work with them. So I'm just talking about the challenges, okay? And the number three is the talent. So yes, we have talent, like we all actually passed out in Odisha and then came and started working outside of it. We don't have any lack of talent, but only thing that we have the lack is the nurturing skills, the soft skills that we want for the people to be accountable, responsible, and then communicative to the larger part of the audience. And the number four is the expectation that they have from the government side. And so what I figured it out, yes, there are some grants which are given to the startups to conserve some of their spaces, their operating cost and everything. But at the same time, they are not able to get any of the initiatives or the projects which are there in the government side. Since there is no projects in the private sector, but there is no projects in the government sector, so they are not able to sustain or create a business model which will become that business more resilient. So these are the specific challenges that I figured it out when speaking to a few of the startup ecosystem there. And also, they said that, yes, there is a skills development program which is running. In my view, yes, this is good that we can train few of the people, but to make the few people industry ready, we also need to give them some sort of projects, like real-time industry experience, which is, I think, in my view, is also something that we need to look at. So these are actually the entrepreneurial or the startup challenges that I could see in Bhubaneswar or in Odisha. So I just want to understand your hypothesis or a view. How do we address these challenges, and then how do we make sure a sense of collaboration among government and the startup ecosystem, and then also create a sense for the path for them to succeed and then excel in their vision.
Okay. First, let me start with the availability of quality professionals. Since Bhubaneswar and in and around Bhubaneswar, there are 40 engineering colleges. We are not having dearth of professionals, but as you have said, training them is a bigger challenge for industry. Now we are having IIT, IIIT, and KEET, C.V. Raman, CET, and some of ITR, some of other good engineering colleges. So more than 5,000 professionals, good quality professionals are getting passed out each year from Bhubaneswar only. But after they get the job, they are migrating out of Odisha within India, like I have said, Delhi, Hyderabad, or Pune. What happens? The starting salary. There are some of the startup companies. The starting salary is around 15 to 20,000 per month, and in TCS, Infosys, or Tech Mahindra, that kind of company, they are offering. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
They are offering like 40 to 50,000 per month. So what happens? Those students who are going outside, after they get trained or after they do the job of 3 to 5 years, they need a higher package, which is not instantly available in Bhubaneswar. In terms of quality life, or maybe your cost of living, Bhubaneswar is at par with other cities. Another thing regarding startup ecosystem, we are having problems in the policy. The startup companies, they are facing regarding the procurement policy, because government doesn't have enough work to offer them. Now the IT companies, because we will pass a resolution so that all the 40 departments of government, they will have to go for IT works only through IT companies. So there will be one uniformity across all the departments. Right now, if we need any app or any IT help, then we go for procurement on our own. If agriculture department goes, they go their own, and home department, they all the departments, they go for their own requirement, and also they procure differently. But since last 3.5 months, we have been discussing this thing. There will be a uniform platform. All the departments have to go for their IT requirement through IT department only. So according to the decision taken in the ministries, across ministries, there will be a policy. The departments which require IT solutions, they will have to spend at least 1% or 2% of their budgetary allocation per year. So approximately 6,000 crore of IT solutions, IT requirement will be available from next year onwards. So we'll be able to do some changes in the policy so that the startup companies will get the work from government. Right now, the companies which are established like Infosys, TCS, or that kind of companies, they are getting the jobs of, government jobs they are getting. But we have decided the companies which are started by ODIs and in Bhubaneswar itself, will offer them work from the government itself. So that will, I hope that will solve some of the problems regarding startup companies.
Yes, that's a very good step. I would applaud the decision of the government, because if we look at all these local companies, if we raise a company from Bhubaneswar and that will emerge as a global company, so that's the need of the hour. So if in non-IT also, if we say how Ruchi Masala can be a global brand, how Umped can be a global brand. So in IT space also, we need to create global brands. We need to give them government projects, and we need to, what Manmath suggested, that we need to finance them. We need to finance them. We need to select 5 companies every year, and government needs to push them to emerge as global companies. So that will build our resilience, that will build our brand, and that will help us to address the problem you mentioned, that we people are not ready to start a job for 15,000 rupees in Bhubaneswar. Rather, they will prefer to go to Pune or Hyderabad or Bangalore for 30,000, 40,000 salary. So those problems can be addressed if we have a future long-term plan to build companies from Bhubaneswar which can actually rule the world. Manmath, you have any follow-up question?
I have another question around the departments that we have. Maybe this is not directly related to the startups or the entrepreneurship. So my question is, so I try to understand what are the different digital initiatives under our Odisha 5T initiatives that Chief Minister has embarked on. And also I found out, like, yes, we actually have some of the initiatives going on under each and every department. And I mean, you might take it, I try to put it in a proper way, saying when I look at those websites, or I try to open like maybe 20 plus websites, okay? Mm-hmm. And as a strategic designer, my view is like all the websites, few of this doesn't open first of all, and then whatever it opens, it is actually an information overload. So what does it mean? We know that in Odisha, our people are like not that tech savvy, except Bhubaneswar, Cuttack and everything. People, what are the government services that we are designing or delivering? It is all for the citizens who actually live in Odisha, and they are not that much of tech savvy. So if they will open a website, it should be easy for them to find the information which is most needed for them, right? But if I open a website, it gives me like 20, 40 links. It's actually information overload. And then being a non-tech savvy person, it will be extremely difficult for them to navigate through that website, and then it is useful for them. Second thing, there are a lot of departments we have, and then we are actually initiating or embarking the journey from every department. So if I look at the basic needs of a human being or basic needs of our citizens in Odisha, which is education and health, right? And in my view, what I studied in the health healthcare within Odisha, we actually have a lot of non-value adding activities which are being done by the doctors and nurses. And we understand that we are not having enough staff in Odisha. We try to have the staffs which will serve our patients. But at the same time, I'll give an instance or an example. If in a village, a person is coming to see a doctor, they have to come with a paper slip, like in the last time when they visited and what was the problem and what is the prescription. And we know people in Odisha, right? So maybe somebody would have lost it, or somebody would have put it in a wallet, or maybe within the sari or whatever. It takes actually 5-10 minutes for them to give that to a doctor. Doctor will go through that, identify, and then ask for your next diagnosis, which is absolutely 10 minutes or 15 minutes is lost of a doctor's time. And their service is really, really, impactful to our society. So my question is, how we can start an initiative within the healthcare sector, starting from the rural and then connecting all the block hospitals to district hospitals, they refer to the SCB or MKCG. Then when a patient is getting referred from a district hospital to the SCB should be able to see the history of the patient, like what was the problems and how they are coming. And if we can do that, I can tell you based on my experience working with the Singapore government hospitals here, and this will actually reduce a lot of mundane tasks these doctors and nurses are doing. And this task can, if you reduce this task, it actually creates at least like 30 to 40% of the doctor's availability to serve the patients. So my hypothesis is, it's something that if we can do to start looking at the very small sector within the healthcare, I think this is something which will be having the immense but overwhelming response to the citizens of Odisha.
Thank you for
Sir,
pointing that.
Sir, before you answer that, I just want to add what Manmat has said. It's not just about healthcare. As IT minister, how we can set a vision and a goal and a timeline that all the departments, whether they are district courts, whether it's collectorate, whether it's a block or Tahsil office or any office, we can have paperless, fully digitalized offices. And it's not only just healthcare. So how we can have move to fully digital mode of operations, and we don't want to see any files in the court or anywhere. So even all advocates should come with their laptop and present the case and present the evidence. So how soon we will be able to see that in all the government departments, whether it is secretariat or collectorate or municipal corporation office or Tahsil office or block office or anywhere? Can we have?
Yeah, I understand. Actually, going digital won't be so easy for the government. It won't be overnight. But first, our first priority was assembly. In the assembly, legislators ask questions, they pass bills, everything goes, in the hard copy. Now we have gone completely digitized form, and the next, before the monsoon session, probably the assembly, Odisha assembly will be completely digital. The questions, answers, and all the things will be paperless. And after that, I'll add one thing. Now the caste certificates and other records from revenue department, they are going for digital. And also in health department, only private hospitals, they've gone for the hospital management system, and for the government hospitals we need a comprehensive health management system across all PHC, primary health centers, community health centers, district headquarter hospital, and then other hospitals. But on a pilot scale, we will be able to launch it at least in SC Medical. There is a plan. After the expansion of SC Medical, we will launch in at least Capital Hospital and SCB Hospital that patient record system, patient data record, and other things will be done slowly. It's not possible to go from PHC to CHC to district headquarter hospital, since it will take a long time for data storage, servers, and also the IT professionals.
Yes, I agree. And then I think probably I would like to tell you, like, how can we help you? So for example, I've done quite a few public sector work in Singapore and then Thailand and the healthcare industry. And then we know that we have a good healthcare here, but still they want to improve. So how do I leverage these talents and the knowledge that I've got? And then how can I help you to create that entire vision of blueprint of healthcare in Odisha to look like in next 4 years? But yes, we are not building everything, but we need to start something small and then have that long-term vision, and then we work towards that.
Okay, Manmat, that's a good plan. You want to, from BCG, you want to do something for Odisha, and you want to do it fast. So those kind of things I can share email ID of the Honorable Minister. So if you take up
I would like to add one thing.
Okay.
If you can create a WhatsApp group, so
Yeah,
that all the members who have joined here in Zoom, they can share their inputs in the WhatsApp group, and we can chat on, unofficially as well.
We already have 200
Okay,
plus
okay.
members group.
Okay.
So, but you may get so many, but so many posts there. So that's why it is better
Not an
to.
issue. Not an issue for me.
I will add you.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
next question from Shiba from Bangalore. Please be short in the question. So the minister.
Yeah. So thank you, Janbhai. Thank you. So my question is to Sir Honorable Minister for that Electro Techno Park that we have. Okay, and so just want to understand your vision for that. And I know that last year you came down to Bangalore, you visited Electronic City, ITPL, and I know somebody who accompanied you from the ex-chairman of IESA. So currently I'm also working with him. So I know he's working with Karnataka government on bringing large scale EMS companies. Okay. And also they are in discussion with a few of the European company. Okay, sir, my question to you is, are we aligned to those kind of a thing for our Electro Park that we have already and were functioning last couple of years? And so what is your plan for that?
Actually, my interest was that to attract some of the companies which are in PCB manufacturing. But when I inquired, most of the PCB manufacturing companies are in South Korea or Taiwan. They require availability of lot of water, clean water. And then when I inquired about the companies who are interested to set up those business in India, they're highly interested in short-term profit. But PCB manufacturing requires long duration for the profit, and as well as there's a downside risk is the pollution thing. So there should be regulatory, or there should be change in regulations or regulatory guidelines regarding the pollution, state pollution control board and other things, to allow some of the companies in that sector. And apart from that thing, so 3 mobile manufacturing companies are in touch with our government, and we'll look for it so that they can establish their companies. One was some basic, I don't remember the name, but they are looking for not Foxconn. They are looking for land in tier 2, tier 3 cities, and they have moved to Noida as well, but they have not started yet.
Thank you.
So what is the timeline, sir, you have for that, those 3 leads, sir?
Since the Corona thing is going on, but now we have set up one in for sales and marketing thing. We are taking advice from KPMG. We have established the PMU. 2 guys from KPMG, they are helping us in IT department for the sales and market piece.
Thank you.
So I expect at least 6 to 8 months to tap them.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
next I would request Chinmay Mishra. He is a healthcare technology entrepreneur based in Delhi NCR. Chinmay, please unmute and speak.
Thank you, Jayant. A couple of quick questions to the Honorable Minister. Now, the first one, Minister, is that, I am part of the Startup Odisha and I help out a lot of startups from Odisha. But when I work with them, one of the things I've realized is the scale at which the startups from Odisha are operating. There's a huge mismatch when we compare them with some of the startups in other parts of the world. When other parts of the world at a seed round, seed stage, you are raising $1 million, in Odisha, the startups are raising million INR. There's a scale of 70 difference. So there's a lot of such mismatch, when I come across those startups. So is there anything being done to kind of bridge this gap? Maybe, form a kind of a body of people who are knowledgeable in the investment space, in the angel investing stage and for startups, so that we can bridge that gap. So that's part one, Honorable Minister. And the second one is that the reverse thing, when in my startup, when I'm looking, to contribute, give back something to Odisha and set up my venture in Odisha, in order to avail some of the benefits that Startup Odisha provides, I have to have a minimum criteria in terms of number of employees that are from Odisha or in the strength and so on. It becomes very prohibitive for me, even though I want to contribute and do something, there. So these are the two questions, Honorable Sir, that, can we do something to address these? One is bridge the gap, and other is attract startups like us who want to give back something to the state.
Okay, to bridge the gap, first of all, I visited Hyderabad, the T Hub. So I wanted to have an idea, complete idea how T Hub works there. Then in the line of T Hub, we are coming up with O Hub, Odisha Hub, that is built in near Patia. That is going on. The work is going on, and also the officials of T Hub, they are also helping us out. So apart from that thing, I mean the networking and the discussions and attracting investors, all the things will go on that center. And in the budgets of 2020-2021, we have allocated 100 crores of rupees regarding the startup companies, not only in IT, startup in manufacturing and IT, industry and IT.
Thank you, Minister. And maybe just a brief on the second part of the question is that for people like us who are registered outside of Odisha, but we want to set up something in Odisha, many of the benefits available under Startup Odisha are not actually available to us. So can we look at easing some of those norms, please?
Actually, we are always saying that single window, but it's not actually single window. But I have taken 3-4 review meetings. Then we have decided the companies who are applying for IT and the investment rupees, if the investment rupees is below 50 crore, then they will have to go through the single window, which is in IT, our OCAC center. They will have to go to one person, one nodal point, and the work will be done. And if it's more than 50 crore, then they will have to go through EPICAL. And there will be high level clearance meeting, and there after the clearance, everything will be done.
Right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
So can we, sir, bring it down to 20 crore maybe to accommodate more companies?
Yeah, obviously, I'll discuss that
Sure.
thing.
Thank you.
It will be more easier for smaller companies or to
Yes.
create a broader startup base.
Thank you, sir. So now Sumita from Western Europe, Finland, she has joined. Sumita, can you unmute and speak? Sumita, please. Yeah.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Sir, namaskar. ମୁଁ ଓଡ଼ିଆ NRI ଏଇଠି ରହୁଛି ଫିନଲାଣ୍ଡରେ almost 15 years ହେଲା। ଆଉ ଏବେ ମୁଁ business consulting କରୁଛି। ତ ଏଇ business consulting ରେ recently ଗୋଟେ ୟୁରୋପ ଆଉ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆର IT engagement ର ଗୋଟେ meeting ହେଇଥିଲା, ଯୋଉଥିରେ କି ୟୁରୋପ country ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ସହିତ collaborate କରିବା ପାଇଁ। କିନ୍ତୁ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହଉଛି କି ମାନେ ଯେହେତୁ ମୁଁ ରହୁନି ଏତେ ବର୍ଷ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆରେ, ତ ମତେ ଜଣା ନାହିଁ କି ଆମ ଓଡ଼ିଶା can be a destination, no? Can Odisha can do something? କାହିଁକି most of the IT startups, IT companies, ସେମାନେ ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି ବାଙ୍ଗାଲୋର ନହେଲେ ଦିଲ୍ଲୀ ନହେଲେ କେରଲା. So I have that capability to convince to the company to do something in Odisha, no? But the thing is that I need to educate myself first, and I should know what is the Odisha is providing, and also what I learned is that most of the IT company from Finland, they are going to different state using government tender, no? So is there any provision in Odisha that directly Finnish company can participate in tendering process? So some of the example I like to know, and maybe this is a short thing that you can talk.
हाँ I understand. डायरेक्ट टेंडरिंग टा एबे ओडिसा रे पॉसिबल नुहे जेतेबेले ग्लोबल टेंडरिंग हमर होउची सेही जगह रे फिनिश कंपनी सेमन टेंडरिंग प्रोसेस रे पार्टिसिपेट करि परिबे बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट अपन जो कहले बेंगलोर जो जाउछनी बेंगलोर हैदराबाद पुणे सेमने भी ऑटो पायलट सिस्टम रे अछंती जदी कंपनी जाउची इफ दे लुक फॉर गाइज इन एआई और मशीन लर्निंग सेमने संगे संगे सेठी प्रोफेशनल्स अछनी पाउछंती ओडिसा रे जदी भुवनेश्वर रे सेमने खोजिबे सेमती 10 जन की 20 जन मिलिबे तेणु ओडिसा रे जो मन ट्रेंड होउछंती सेमने बेंगलोर मूव कर जाउछंती किबा पुणे मूव कर जाउछंती आम पई चैलेंज होउची जो कंपनीज आसीबो प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी जदी किछि आसुची सेमने एठी तांकू एटलीस्ट द सैलरी शुड बी एट पार एठी बहुत कम हो जाउची 15-20,000 हेगला को जो मानेकर कंपल्सन अछि ओडिसा रहया पई जे मु ओडिसा बाहर को जीवा को चाहू नहीं ओडिसा रे मु घर पाखर रहबी बापा मां पाखर रहबी सेमती जो माने ओटे कंपल्सन रे रहउछंती से माने से कंपनी जॉइन करछंती अदरवाइज दे आर मूविंग आउट सेटा प्रॉब्लम आउ बाकी जो कहले जदी कंपनी एस्टैब्लिश करिया को चाहे एठी ओडिसा रे ताहले से माने एफडीआई रूल भी एप्लीकेबल हबो नहीं त माने इंडस्ट्री डायरेक्ट हमर इंडस्ट्री सेक्रेटरी से कथाबार्ता हे परबे आई कैन नेगोशिएट दैट.
ओके सर बिकॉज कौन होची फिनलैंड रे बेसी गेमिंग कंपनी अछंती यू नो गेम जोटा एटा सब छोटे छोटे कंपनी अछंती गेमिंग हला कि तमरा आईओटी हला कि मशीन लर्निंग यू नो ब्लॉकचेन दे ऑल वांट टू गो एंड एठी एजिंग टिके बेसी रोची स्पेशली फिनलैंड रे एजिंग बेसी रोची. So they want to explore. So I meet them ministry often here through different event, and they ask me, Sumita, you are there. What can you help us? No, abe corona pai kon heichi mane normally emane kon recently kon करछंती last 2 years रे एठी कोडर रो भी प्रॉब्लम होची कोडर भी नाहंती एठी से कौन करछंती गोटे कंपटीशन लॉन्च करछंती से कंपटीशन रो 4-5टा कोडर को माने असाइनमेंट ऑनलाइन देई के ताकू रिक्रूट करी के फिनलैंड को आस्ते सेति की बड़ हेची
ओके
सेटा गोटे आ गोटे बेंगलोर सहित से माने गोटे आईटी कॉरिडोर तयारी करछंती जोटा तमरा नोकिया रो इनिशिएटिव रे हेची नो. So I see good potential in
इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सिटी जोटा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सिटी कथा कहउछंती की बेंगलोर जोटा
ना IT corridor between for the talent attraction no
अच्छा
ओके जोटा नोकिया आरंभ करछंती बेंगलोर आ फिनलैंड भितरे प्रॉब्लम हो कि एबे कोरोना पाई माने आउरी टिके डिफिकल्ट हे जिवो त हमको रेडी कैंडिडेट दरकार तो ओडिसा रे सेटा भी नाही माने से
ओडिसा रे सेही जोटा को माने जो गैपटा अछि से को ब्रिज करिया पे आमे एबे जो स्टार्ट करिछु जोटा हमरो टेक महिंद्रा थ्रू रे गोटे एआई सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस करिछु सेथिरे बीटेक स्टूडेंट्स को निया जाउ नै बीटेक पास आउट त माने गोटे 1 ईयर रोचंती से माने पिला रोचंती तांको इंटरव्यू आ प्रॉपर असाइनमेंट देकी तांको टेस्ट कराय कि निया आइछि 100 कैंडिडेट को तापर से 100 कैंडिडेट को तमको को जगह रे प्लेस हबो ता एलएन ये टेक महिंद्रा रे पूरा पूरी रिस्पांसिबिलिटी बर्तन आ गवर्नमेंट इज फंडिंग देम तो सही हिसाब रे हमें एटलीस्ट 5टा सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस क्रिएटर प्लान करछु इयरली एटलीस्ट 500 प्रोफेशनल्स जो माने बाहरिबे से माने एमर्जिंग टेक्नोलॉजी रे पूरा ट्रेंड हेतिबे सही हिसाब रे हमें सही गैप टा को ब्रिज करिया पे प्लान करछु.
ओके थैंक यू सर थैंक यू.
Jayant bhai.
I think Jayant bhai is off camera and off mic, I believe. Maybe till he returns.
Jayant bhai just join kale ebe puni.
He's joined back.
He join kale.
There's a question from Rupak. Maybe we can go ahead with that.
हाँ जहाँ को नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन रूपा आपण निजको अनम्यूट करंतु.
Hello, Rupak from Bangalore. I'm working for Philips Healthcare. So, question sir ko ki because of lockdown, now almost everybody is working from home. But unfortunately, in my hometown, even in Odisha, we do not have proper infrastructure. But there is no proper bandwidth or internet or optical fiber so that we can go home and work. So now the concept is not even work from home. Now it's getting to work from anywhere. So even if we are Oria, I mean, lockdown in Bangalore, we could probably go to a remote place or our hometown in Orissa and work. But unfortunately, the internet connectivity is not as far compared to other states. Take for Bangalore here, we have almost 10 to 20 vendors, and they give it on a very affordable rate. Unfortunately, we have probably one vendor in Odisha, other than Bhubaneswar, which is BSNL, and then the connectivity is pretty poor. And that's the reason probably I heard one point from Manmat that the people of Odisha are not that tech savvy. Even if you see the internet or even the smartphone revolution started 10 years back. But because of the poor infrastructure or internet, probably people are not used to getting to it. So when that can be done, do you have a plan for it to in every village of Odisha with a optic fiber with a affordable cost?
Optical fiber network is only implemented by BSNL in Bhubaneswar right now, but since Jio fiber is now expanding, I mean in Bhubaneswar, Cuttack, and probably Rourkela. I don't know exact situation right now of Jio fiber, but I hope within next 1 year we'll be able to give the connection to at least all the block levels, 314 block levels in Odisha. Can I know, sir, which city are you from?
I am from a remote village from Mayurbhanj.
Okay.
Somewhere a place called Bethnati, and there it is 7 miles from there.
I know. On the way from Baleshwar to Baripada.
True, absolutely right, right, sir.
Yeah.
So thing is that like a lot of people now, companies in fact, you see Infosys or other than Infosys, probably TCS and Capgemini. They almost told 50 or 70% of their workforce to work remotely, and that's the way forward probably in future. But then if you do not have an infrastructure, you cannot utilize that.
I understand. Right? Only in Mayurbhanj probably Baripada is equipped with fiber optics.
Right. So that's right. Yeah. That's the state headquarters. District headquarters.
Yeah.
Can you make
to
it
the block
like,
level? We are implementing the BharatNet program, which is by BSNL. Probably by 2021, mid 2021, it will be done to all the block level headquarters, all the 314 blocks.
Can you promote some private players to reach, maybe as you said, Jio?
We have requested to Airtel, Vodafone, and Jio, but again, they will only install in those areas where they are getting the benefit. Probably Bethnati, or I must say Kandhamar, Malkangiri, those area, they will be at last. That will be their last priority.
So is government taking any action to make it available? Because we say
no,
now
since that is the central government subject, we cannot enforce them. But we have put a request to expand their network connectivity to the remote villages as well.
Thank you, sir. So that's yes, you may need to discuss this in the cabinet meeting, how you can take up with the central government to facilitate those kind of infrastructure. So I want to read out some of the questions. Akash Mohanty, he could not join today, and he has a couple of questions. While there is no dearth of technical education and higher education institutions in Odisha, most of the students have to take up jobs outside. So what is the ratio of the number of students passing out every year versus the number of students actually getting jobs in Odisha? And is there a roadmap that has been thought to retain these talents and stop brain drain? So this question you have already touched a bit, and if you want to add anything, then there are other questions from Smruti, that what is the plan to like it has already been discussed about building an entrepreneurial mindset in ecosystem. So specific question is, how many tech and media incubators in the government of Odisha planning to set up during this term? Because we may need incubators in tech and media in every district. So what is the plan to do it during this term? To set up incubators.
In the last review meeting, I have come up with a plan of action. There are 6-7 plans. I think I should read out so that you will be conversant with the things which we are doing right now.
Okay.
First of all, there will be a policy change, that is Electronics and IT Policy 2020 will come up by September 2020. Some of the guidelines will be changed and will come up for a vibrant policies in accordance with Kerala, Telangana, and also Maharashtra. And also, we are also following other 12 Indian states, their policies. Then it will be competitive for attraction of all the investors. Then electronic manufacturing cluster, that is EMC2. It is to attract ESDM companies. The scheme provides financial incentives up to 50% of the project cost, subject to ceiling of INR 70 crore per 100 acres of land. Then we have the scheme provides also financial assistance of 75% of the project cost, subject to a ceiling of INR 75 crore for development of common facility center. Another thing is now we have identified some of the countries. The department is preparing a list of countries to be partnered with based on the parameters of investment potentials and investors linkages. So for that, we are going for Embassy Connect program. The key embassy officials of the identified countries are being recognized and contacted for further development of the business gateways and attract investors from those countries to Odisha directly. For that, a separate country desk concept is being implemented in the department to create a single desk contact, so that the respective partner countries and the business bodies of the respective countries will be in touch with Odisha government directly. And right now, since the corona thing is going on, there is a plan for exit China investors. Now a preliminary report is being prepared to identify companies which may be interested or relocate their investments from China, considering the US-China trade war, or have indicated plans for relocating from China to India or maybe in Vietnam. So for India, we are also targeting those companies which are interested to relocate their business setup. And another thing, we are now going for aggressive marketing. One investors booklet we are going to print. The department is working on developing a crisp and complete booklet for the investors, and also it will be available on the site, and it will be in simplified manner, as someone said that all the sites are clogged up, and I mean it's not in simplified manner, the GUI and also the looks. So it will be a complete revamp. I would say all the department websites will be revamped very soon.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Any other questions? Anybody? Or any inputs for the government to implement? Any ideas? Any suggestions? So I'm getting one question. We need to give complete tax leeway for 4 to 8 years to attract more companies. Yes. Can you please unmute and speak?
Sir, I'm Ashish Koche, Bangalore.
Yes,
Hello?
we can. Yes, we can hear you. Please speak.
So ମୁଁ କହିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛି ଯଦି ଆମେ salary ଅଧିକା ଦେଇପାରୁନୁ candidate ମାନଙ୍କୁ, ତ ଆମେ indirectly tax benefit ଦେଇପାରିବା company ମାନଙ୍କୁ, ଯୋଉଟା କି translate ହବ indirect benefit ଯୋଉଟା candidate ଦେଇ ହବ। ତ ମୁଁ କହିବା ଅନୁସାରେ ଆମେ ଯେମିତି ବାଙ୍ଗାଲୋର initially ସେମାନେ ବହୁତ tax ଛାଡ଼ିଥିଲେ, ତା ଯୋଉ ବହୁତ company ବାଙ୍ଗାଲୋରକୁ ଗଲେ, same principle ଆମେ ବି apply କରିବା କଥା। ତ ମୁଁ କହିବା ତ ଟ୍ୟାକ୍ସ ଛାଡନ୍ତୁ
हाँ
ଆଉ
बुझिली 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 मो टैक्स बेनिफिट ऊपर आमे बहुत डिस्कस करिचे ता भितर पुणी कैटेगोरिकली हमको डिफरेंट कंपनीज पे डिफरेंट प्लान करिया पड़ो जेमिति कि गोटे कंपनी रे सपोज 200 एम्प्लॉइज अछंती आ गोटे कंपनी रे 20 जन एम्प्लॉइज अछंती तो दीटा को हमें सेपरेट ट्रीट करिया पड़ो तो सेही हिसाब रे हमें कस्टमाइज करूछु जे 20 एम्प्लॉइज या कंपनीज को हमको एटलीस्ट गवर्नमेंट तरफ किछि काम दवा पड़ियो सो दैट तांकर जो आपनकर कमिଯିव पर हेड जोटा मोर बर्डन टा कमिଯିव मु केतरा कंपनी कथा कहूची जो कंपनीज रे से माने ट्रेनिंग देई पिला को 6 मास पर ट्रेनिंग देई रखिचंदी जो कंपनी ने भाबंतु 20 जन 30 जन अछंती से बळे कंपनी जो कंपनी जे अछि 200 जोठी अछंती एम्प्लॉई ए आंकर रिसोर्स पर्सन को से मात्र 5000 टका अधिक देला बेलकू से माने कंपनी छाडी के पळौचंदी बुझि परछन तो ए भुवनेश्वर भितरे जोटा कि माने अनएथिकल मु कहबी किंतु बिजनेस पर्सपेक्टिव सेटा पोचिंग बोली कहउचंदी सेटा ता पय भी रेगुलेशन आसे दरकार गवर्नमेंट एजाय सेमिति किछुटे हमें सर्टन रेगुलेशन काढी नु जे सेटी सेटा केमति स्टॉप करिया तो सेटा हैला बेलकू हमें को कंपनी को टैक्स बेनिफिट केते दबा सेटा पुनी गोटे हम पे गोटे अनसर्टन हो जाउछ हम पे सेटा गोटे बड़ चैलेंज हो जाउछ हमें जदी 200 एम्प्लॉइज कंपनी दउछु 20 जन थिया कंपनी को केते टैक्स बेनिफिट दबु सेटा गोटे डिसाइड हेइनी हमें से कंपनीटा बहुत थोर आसिलानी कंपनी पाखु हमें ताको गोटे केमति ताको यूनिफॉर्मिटी रक्षा करी हमें ताको करिबल प्लान
आपण सर जे जते ओडिया को जो कंपनी रखियो आपण सेटा को क्राइटेरिया करंतु जे लोकल टैलेंट जे माने चाकरी पाइबे आ से निर्दिष्ट तार से होसे आपण टैक्स बेनिफिट देते से माने
हां नहीं 100 भीतर जो कंपनीज रो अछंती वर्कफोर्स समस्त प्राय ओडिया पिला को रखिचंदी तेनु आमे तांकू बर्तन एटलीस्ट गवर्नमेंट रो जो प्रोक्योरमेंट पॉलिटिक्स रा चेंज कले तांकू के पर गवर्नमेंट रो काम दियो जे हमें सेटा बर्तन प्लान करछु सो दैट गोटे सैलरी रे जोटा डिस्पैरिटी रहउची बहुत हाई डिस्पैरिटी सेटा जेमति रहिबनी आमे भी चेष्टा करछु सेटा को कमेया पई
अच्छा रिसेंट न्यूज रे आस्तिला जे अमेरिका रो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट और सिस्को ए सब कंपनी माने ओडिसा रे माने ओडे न्यूज बाहरला सत्य न्यूज
ना 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 से माने किछि एग्री करनाती न्यूज टा आसे बहुत टाइम रे गोटे स्टेट ऑफ ब्रांड को बढ़ेया पई बट से माने किछि एग्री करनाती मु कथा है जेहेतु मोर सांग किछि अछंती से कंपनीज रे तांकर किछि एटलीस्ट बीपीओ सेगमेंट हो कि किछि भी गोटे इन्वेस्टमेंट पर्पस एटी ओडिसा रखंतु से हिसाब रे मु कथा है बट से माने किछि ग्रीन सिग्नल देई नाती
Okay, thank you sir.
Okay sir.
So we have a question from our IITian friend Sanjay Kumar Parida. Sanjay, please unmute and speak.
Namaskar sir. I have got a question because I have been working with the government of Odisha for the last 16 to 17 years. Then I left government of Odisha irrigation department and joined some private company. Then after working for 15 years with the private company, I started my own company in Delhi NCR for the last 2-3 years. What we find that actually whenever we are bidding the tenders, bidding for the tenders in Odisha, that there is a condition that you must have to be eligible for these tenders. First, you must have so many years of experience. Second is that you must have the experience in terms of money. Then third condition is that you should have the turnover. But when the startup company is there, they don't meet all these requirements. So we are not in a position to participate in the bids. That is the reason actually what we find with most of the departments like infrastructure, like what your rural water supply and sanitation department, and health also, they have made the conditions like these startups, they can be taken as an associate. Okay, if the associate company is there, then they will be in a position to participate in these bids. But actually that also depends. Because a bigger company, why they will take one associate? Unless you make it mandatory for the bigger company to get an associate with them to bid for these projects, then only we will get the chance to participate in these bids. And that will be the good for the startup companies. So what is your view actually? It's not regarding,
no sir.
It's a generic question.
Yeah. I agree to your point. Also, I am noting this down. This should be done. That should be done. And also, I must tell you, in rural works or RD or that all sanitation program, for the tender, they have very stringent guideline. But for IT, we have reduced the, turnover criteria as well as the years of experience or government association, we have reduced that thing in IT. So
Sir,
this thing also I am noticing, and
sir,
I'll discuss that thing. Actually, that should be done across all the departments.
sir, there is another question. Like regarding this allotment of these hydropower projects and other projects, power projects to the IPPs. This is
Okay.
something actually debating from your IT sector, some other sector, like power sector. So actually there are some states like Himachal Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir, Uttarakhand. They have made the provisions like for the Himachalis, they have the conditions that Himachalis will be given the preference in their state for the allocation of these projects. So actually, could you please discuss all these issues with the other ministers so that they can come up with some preferences for the Odia people to take up these projects?
Okay, I'll definitely discuss this thing.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you
thank
very
you.
much. And we will have our just last question. It's an important question from Vishwa Vijay Samal. Please unmute and speak and be short. Vishwa Vijay Samal, please unmute and speak. Okay, I can read out his question. Can we give opportunities to upcoming generations, pre-final and final year, CET, ITER, KIT, BTech, CS students by setting up IT research centers in college itself? So this is a big opportunity, sir. IT research on newer technologies, a lot of things are happening within the companies. Companies have their research platforms, but can we start research from these engineering colleges? So research and innovation, whatever happening in the US universities or UK universities. So can we have those kind of vision to start technology research on innovation from engineering colleges here?
Yes, government is very keen on establishing research centers in universities. But the thing is that I must say, even in my IIT days, we have seen, except few students, others are interested in getting a job in final year. They are not very much interested in, research and all those things. Only those who go for higher studies or apply for foreign universities, they go for research, or also they publish their paper in final year, or they go for that kind of project under their mentors. But in Odisha, what happens? I must say, CET and triple IT, they are at par, but ITR, KIT, many students, 95% students, they are interested in getting a job in final year. They are not even at a stage of finishing their BTech projects. So that is the thing. But we must establish some of the research centers in, you can say, CET. We are very much interested to set up one research center.
Okay, thank you. So just if you allow one more question from Santosh Padi, please unmute and speak.
Sir, Santosh Koji, Bangalore.
Namaskar.
Simple question, sir. Namaskar. Sir, first of all, like, our jetiki student passed out hochundi. Upon koile 40 engineering college operationalized already achi. So, jete student pass out hochundi, sir. Say student nunga me kemti ensure kari paribi they will get placed in within Odisha, and ta pai to definitely हमको बहुत IT company भी invite करियो पड़ियो जो कि बहुत limited.
So we have already covered this question. We have already. I think you were not in the first part of the discussion. So we have already discussed this. Any other question you have?
तथापि मु आउथरे तांको कहि दोछि, रिपीट कर दोछि, आमे ओडिसा रे गोटे जो प्राइवेट कॉलेजेस जो मशरूम हैला 95 2000 ईयर परे गोटे विशियस साइकिल ले पड़ जाय छै. इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस एस्टैब्लिश होला गोटे बिजनेस मॉडल टाइप रे हे गला. तापरे सडनली कोन हला 2007 2010 पर्यंत जो कंपनी माने आसुथिले, TCS हो, इन्फोसिस हो, केवल सेही टाइप रे कंपनी ही आसुथिले कैंपस सिलेक्शन पई. एबे धीरे धीरे आहुरी बहुत कंपनी आसिले मध्य TCS इन्फोसिस ओडिसा रो गोटे गोटे कॉलेज रु होतले 200 300 इवन किट रु से माने 1000 1200 भी स्टूडेंट रिक्रूट करथले. किंतु वर्तमान से सिचुएशन आ नाही. वर्तमान एटा ग्लोबल इफेक्ट, तनो सेही इफेक्ट नाही. आउ सेतिकी स्टूडेंट जो आपण कहउछन 40 टा इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज रु सेतिकी स्टूडेंट वर्तमान जॉब पाउ ना. तनो ता भितरु ओडिसा रे जतिकी कंपनी नाही, आपण हैदराबाद देखंतु इवन बेंगलोर देखंतु पुणे देखंतु सेति की कंपनी अछि सेठी अपॉर्चुनिटी भी अछि जने जदी एठी जाओ कि 6 मास किबा वर्ष रे सेठी ट्रेनिंग नउची से इजीली जो जॉब टा पाउची ओडिसा से जॉब टा से पाउ नै प्रॉब्लम टा सेटा तेणु हमको गोटे कल्चर तैयारी करिया पड़िबो जे ओडिसा को बैक करिया पई तांको में इंसेंटिव दो पड़िबो इवन मु भाबिची गवर्नमेंट तरफ जो माने ओडिसा को आसीबे बाहर जॉब करूतले यदि से तांकर डेटाबेस क्रिएट करी आमे तांको जेमति गवर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल पई हमको जदी एचआईजी एलआईजी एमआईजी स्कीम रे घर भी दिया होची मोस्टली सेटा गोटे अट्रैक्ट करिवो से भले पिला मानकू सेटा हमें प्लान करिछु ताको धीरे धीरे गवर्नमेंट तरफ किपरि हमरो ओडिसा रो जो ब्रेन बाहर जे अछंदी ताको अट्रैक्ट करिया पई जहां भी कराई परबो गवर्नमेंट तरफ हमें ताको करिबो प्लान करिछु
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
sir, one-
Thank you. Thank you. Last question from Pradeep Pani. Please be quick.
सर प्रदीप पाणी मु पुणे रे रहउची प्रश्नटा जदि आपन डिपार्टमेंट पई नुह किंतु गवर्नमेंट ऑफ ओडिसा पई जे आमे जेमति जानिछु सबु राज्यर निज निजर गोटे ब्रांड बिल्डिंग एक्टिविटी चलची किंतु आम ओडिसा रो कोन होउची जेमति आमे कहू साउथ इंडियन दोसा पृथ्वी सारा जानिचंती बा से पंजाबी तड़का हला से समस्त जानिचंती किंतु आमर पाख राज्य बेंगल भी सेतिकी फेमस आपण देखंतु बेंगली लोक से माने जोठी बेसी बेंगल रे कथा हेबे सब कथा होउची तांकर रसगुल्ला भी से माने झगड़ा करिक नउचंदी केबे केबे जगन्नाथ जगन्नाथ रे कहउचंदी तो ओडिसा गवर्नमेंट कोन करूची एथि पई कारण जेबे ओडिसा रो ना नाही ए पई
नहीं ओडिसा रो ब्रांड बिल्डिंग चालीची एटा मु कहबी जे आपण जेमति बर्तन अन्य स्टेटमेंट जेमति एग्रेसिवली गोटे तांको ब्रांडिंग को धरि तांको कल्चर को धरि जेमति करंती ओडिसा रे सेते माने शो ऑफ कल्चर टा नाही तेनु सेमति हेनी हम कोन ओडिसा रो रसगुल्ला हो आपण देखंतु जो मुगनी पत्थर होची आपण किचेकेश्वरी किचिंग साइड रो नीलगिरी साइड रो जो पत्थर बासन ता सहित आपण संबलपुरी कलाहांड रो हमर जो साड़ी ता सहित बरहमपुर साइड रो एवं कोरापुट साइड जो सिंगपानिया ए सबुर गोटे गोटे अछि कटकर तारकसी काम ठू आरंभ करी आपनकर हरिराजपुर जो पट्टचित्र ए सबुर गोटे गोटे ब्रांड अछि किंतु आपण जोटा कहले जे ब्रांड को प्रमोट करिया पई ओडिसा गवर्नमेंट तरफ सेपरि किछि गोटे माने डेफिनेट डायरेक्शन हमर सेटा ये कराहेनी हमको प्रमोट कराहेनी किंतु ब्रांड बिल्डिंग पे आपण एबे देखंतु जेमि स्पोर्ट्स डिपार्टमेंट रे हमें हॉकी वर्ल्ड कप ऑलरेडी करि सरचे एवं 2023 रे भी हमें पुनी ओडिसा हॉकी वर्ल्ड कप होबाक जाउची जोटा कि हमें बीट करके जोटा जितिचे तेनु सेटा नुहे जे ब्रांड बिल्डिंग आगुरु आपण को ओडिसा कहले कोठी वेस्ट बंगाल पाखरे ना कोठी एमती लोक पचारले जेएनयू रे जो माने मोर सांग कहिसेंती किंतु एबे यूके रे बस चलची सेठी जन कोचिन अच्छा हॉकी वर्ल्ड कप हेची भुवनेश्वर सेठु आछत तेनु होउनी बोली कह जीवनी बट इट विल टेक टाइम आमे तो समझ चाहू कि पर ओडिसा ब्रांड आउरी बढ़ू सेति पे आमे माने जो बाहर भी अच्छे आम माने रेस्पोंसिबिलिटी होची ओडिसा ब्रांड को आउरी पॉजिटिवली कि बढ़ेबा ना कि को छोटिया जिंस रे आमे सब बेले मु साना बेले देखि अछि जते बेले किछ हैला केबीके को धर कि ओडिसा रो छबिटा को डाउन करे पे समस्त चेष्टा करंती बट तार पॉजिटिव साइड भी अछि हमर बहुत जगह रे आमे सेटा को जदी आमे सब जरे ब्रांड बढ़ाय चेष्टा करे निश्चय ओडिसा ब्रांड बढ़े
Thank you so much, sir. You have listened to us very patiently and you have tried to answer almost all the questions. And since you touched the sports things at the end, I just want to have a closing thought here that we can have a world-class sports facilities in Odisha where hundreds of international coaches can be appointed and we can prepare players from Odisha to participate in all 36 Olympic games where India is participating right now and other because there are 68 Olympic items and some 2-3 have been added this year as well. So how we can prepare more sports persons from Odisha so we can have a really big world-class sports facilities there. Maybe the second sports university after Mizoram or Manipur, I don't remember correctly, the first sports university that has happened there. So you can write to Sports Minister Kiran Rijiju for a second university, sports university in India to be set up in Odisha. And that kind of vision in sports can actually help us to do more youth welfare, which the ministry you are heading. And I thank you all. I would request Biswajit Barik to give vote of thanks to the Honorable Minister, please.
थैंक यू जयंत भाई समस्त जय जगन्नाथ मु विश्वजित बारिक दिल्ली रे रहउची दिल्ली रे बिजनेस करची थैंक यू सर ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर आम संगे सुनिले हमर सब जगह कथा पेशेंस रे सुनिले आम संगे चिन्मय भाई थे, सुनीता दीदी थे, समस्त कथा मनमत भाई भी थे, समस्त कथा पेशेंसली शुणिले और विजनरी लीडर बोले कहले आम निश्चित जाचु जो मैंने ओडिशा बाहर रोचु समस्ते ओडिशा कंट्रीब्यूट करने चाहूँ जमी चिन्मय भाई कहले जे आम समस्ते ओडिशा किसी ना किसी काम करने चाहूँ आपन जमी आपन सद्बुद्धि देले जमी आप चाहूँगी सब आईटी कंपनी मान को अलग कंपनी मान को आसवाई चाहूँगी से निश्चित आसबे एवं आम चाहबू विगत 4 वर्ष आसंता 4 वर्ष भितर निश्चित गोटे बड़ विजनरी हम और खास करके मु बालेश्वर बिलंग कर चाहिए बालेश्वर कोस्टल एरिया रे निश्चित भाव किसी गोटे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट हो इन्फो सिटी हो जोटा कि आमर पूर्वतन एमपी आमर रविंद्र जेना जरा चाहिए जे बेतनटी मयूरभंज एरिया रे गोटे हो माने आईटी सेक्टर हो
बालेश्वर रे नुवा एसटीपी सेंटर आछि बालेश्वर रे नुवा एसटीपी सेंटर बहुत जल्दी इनागुरेट आज्ञा नोसी बिल्डिंग रे नोसी बिल्डिंग फ्रंट रे छी बहुत जल्दी सेटा इनागुरेट हबो बाय दुर्गा पूजा सेटा इनागुरेट हबो आज्ञा
हाँ जहाँ सेटा आपण मान कृपारू माननीय मुख्यमंत्री दयारू सेटा गोटे हला सेति पई आपण समस्त को धन्यवाद आ मु समस्त को धन्यवाद देबी आम ग्रुप रे पाखा पाखी 220 जन 230 जन आम माने मेंबर अछु सब जाक एंटरप्रेन्योर हाई एंड बिजनेसमैन समस्ते एथरे पार्टिसिपेट करछथि मु भी चाहिबी आपण माननीय मंत्री को से भी एथरे हमको इनपुट्स दियंतु बाकी समस्त भी इनपुट देउछथि ओडिसा पई हम किछि करिया पई चाहूछु धन्यवाद समस्त को समस्त इनपुट दउछथि आपण को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपण बहुत समय बाहर कले आज रे एटे कार्यक्रम कले बहुत बढ़िया मीटिंग कले सेति आपण बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद जय जगन्नाथ वंदे उत्कल जन
थैंक यू ऑल
थैंक यू धन्यवाद
गुड नाइट
Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Jayant.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.